Welcome, fellow nerds, to another episode of the Writ Wit, the show with so much difference in audio quality in each episode the listeners never know what to expect. We could be recording from inside a garbage compactor next set.
And wouldn't that be fun?
That would be fun, but instead, this is the first episode recorded at my new at-home studio.
How exciting.
With my new microphones. It's not just one blue snowball, this is two professional-ish microphones here.
And I get to break it in. I'm so excited.
Yeah. We don't have the headphones yet, but
we'll get there.
We'll get there. So if this doesn't sound perfect, we'll fix it next time.
Maybe.
Yeah, once I have the money. Listeners, subscribe to my Patreon.
There you go.
Patreon.com/Matthew Donald.
Make this happen.
Indeed. All right, so my name's Matthew Donald, and joining me is, as you can hear, the most reoccurring guest host of the Writ Wit so far, Christina Eilert. How are you?
Is that how I go?
What?
Do I go by my last name on the show?
I mean, you can go by Christina, I think. Although I guess there is another Christina Franklin, so...
Well, I'm wondering, because you guys go by your first and middle name.
Yeah, well, we're mainly just our middle names, because we're both named Matt.
Oh, that's true. That means I go by Lee?
You don't have to go by Lee. I don't think you usually just go by Christina Eilert.
Let's do that.
Yeah, or Eilert, I guess. There is another Christina that's on infrequently. She's nice. Christina Franklin is her name.
She's nice.
Yeah. But, yeah, so you bet you're wondering where the hell Matt is. Well, Matt doesn't like to do the witties because he's a little bitch. We love you, Matt, but...
That's your words, not mine.
No, exactly.
I don't want to offend Greg.
Oh, yeah, you call him Greg. It's so funny.
Yes, at our house, Matt, the other Matt is Greg, because that's just...
Not David, not Sivert, Greg.
But it's it kind of fits him.
He is a Greg, isn't he? Okay.
If he weren't a Matt, he'd be a Greg.
Yeah, I guess it's true. But anyways, he's a David on this podcast. So.
Yes, David. We miss you, David. Come back.
Yes, indeed. He'll be back next set, but he's just he hates doing the witties because he feels like he's not qualified. No one's qualified.
Yeah.
The whole point is this is silly. It's nonsense.
We're having fun.
Yeah, we're having fun. Who cares if we haven't seen most of the stuff we talk about on this?
Uh-oh.
That's the thing. That's why he doesn't do Paleo Bites, the main show, because he feels like he's not qualified to talk about it. Most of my co-hosts don't know anything about dinosaurs.
I really only know what dinosaur stuff you tell me.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, that's kind of the point of the show, Paleo Bites. It's I'm the one relaying the information, and the other person's just bouncing off of it, and bouncing off of me.
Except for the rabbits.
Yeah. Just for the rabbits are very knowledgeable about dinosaurs. So, they have a lot of important feedback and other stuff to give. Although, again, honestly, it's kind of admirable that Matt David wants to be more... He feels like he has to be qualified. He has to be professional about it and know what he's talking about in order to get in. That's, I guess, an admirable quality. It's just not what I'm looking for in my shows.
I am not professional.
Yeah. That's why his catchphrase in the show is so professional. Whenever I'm like, hold on, I'm going to Google this on air. He hates it when I do that. I love doing it.
You have to goad him. I mean, that's what friends do.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, who's the one producing this show? Who's the one paying for it on other stuff? It's my show, David. Anyways, I love you, but you're being a little bitch this set. So we're doing the Witties, our annual Witties. Currently, this year, who knows if this is going to be every year. Maybe I can get Lawrence to do it another year. Maybe I can get someone else, or maybe you'll be every year.
I don't know.
We'll find out. But this year I'm joined by Christina Eilert. But before we get to that, we're going to go with our usual set, starting with what will we rip off from this month. And you, as the guest, get to go first.
Or maybe ladies first.
Oh, I suppose that's true.
I don't know.
I mean, I was raised by three sisters.
Yeah, it's debatable which one of us is maybe more of a lady, but...
I mean, you have been farting all night.
It happens. Girls are allowed to fart, okay?
It's cute.
Yes, absorb that. Oh, no, that was a bad pun.
Don't absorb it. Let it go. Blow it out.
All right.
Better out than in.
It's true. You'll feel better.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I'm going to be ripping myself off. And,
sure, you're ripping, cutting
Oh,
blood?
no, that's another that's another bad fart joke. Ripping myself off, it sounds a lot more, much worse than it actually is.
It does kind of sound in the context of the show a little pretentious. I'm going to rip myself off.
That's what I was thinking. I'm I'm actually down to earth. You can ask Matt.
No, you're very down to earth. You're one of the most humble people.
Oh, thank you.
Other than myself, of course.
Oh my god.
See, look how humble I am.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
So a few months back, I made this kind of incredible drawing for my friend Ray. Ray,
nice.
Hi, I love you.
Hi, Ray. I don't know you, but hey, I bet you're great.
She is. Yeah, it was a personalized piece of art with a lovely multicolored dragon.
Ooh.
And we both loved it so much.
Yeah.
But the trouble with people loving your creations is that, lo and behold, very humble again, they may want more where that came from.
That's why I don't write for people. I wrote poems. I write poems for people sometimes for their birthday, and now everyone wants a poem.
Yeah, I love the birthday poem that I get every year. I look forward to it.
Your birthday's coming up, oh no!
You can't take it away from me.
See, that's what happens. I should have never done it.
Exactly. Well, and you say about my cards that people love my cards.
That's true, and now you're just like, okay, everyone's got to get a card all the time.
Yeah, it's like we both have these high standards on us for card writing.
Yeah.
That's what our English degree, paid for, really, is card writing. Correspondence.
Yeah. Got a career at Hallmark
in 2022.
Yeah.
So, the problem with that is that she commissioned me, which is also really cool, to make another custom dragon drawing for her partner.
Ooh.
And I feel like I honestly have so much to live up to because the first one was just stellar.
Ooh.
I've almost gotten to the point where I'm discouraging myself from the second piece because I just don't know how it'll end up. Like, if it'll be the perfection that was the first.
Oh, yeah, you are humble. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm like, I'm screaming. That was me screaming in existential dread.
That didn't sound that loud, listeners. Well, rest assured the window shattered in my apartment, which is like, I gotta repair that.
But yes, I'm talking about my art because I haven't been writing a lot, and so that's kind of been my creative outlet. Hopefully that explains.
Well, yes, and then that'll definitely come in handy when we get to what we had to what we'll rip off from this month, which will be in 3 episodes time or 2 episodes time.
Yeah.
So, in terms of you're ripping off yourself because you're such a good artist. I'm gonna rip off the bloody, gross, heavy metal Warhammer 40k Dawn of War.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds intense.
It is intense. It's based off of this tabletop game, but Dawn of War is the real-time strategy computer game version that's set in the world of it. I recently got back into this game, and boy, is it fun! It's like this sci-fi that's super grimdark is the term, but it's like obnoxiously show. Like, it's incredibly self-aware. That's why normally I don't like grimdark stuff, but this is like so over the top. Like, it's like, oh, these guys are fighting this endless war. Like, everything's terrible. Like, war is hell, and there is a hell in this world.
Oh, jeez.
When you go through hyperspace, you go through hell.
Like, would my little goth girl heart be happy about this?
That's one thing I think you'd really like about this. The gothic architecture. There's so much gothic stuff to it. Like goth and gothic is the same. It comes from this, it is very dark and kind of depressing, whatever, but it's also, very, yeah, bro. I mean, not really, no one's happy except for the orcs. The orcs are loving it. But, yeah, there's orcs in this. You know how Vulcans are, sci-fi elves? So these are sci-fi orcs.
What is that like, though?
They have guns. They're still green and have tusks like orcs. And
oh, okay. They've just, upgraded their hardware.
Yeah, and they're actually fungus creatures.
Ooh.
They spread by, somehow, one of them vomits up a bunch of spores, and then out come a bunch of orcs.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
I mean,
they're the comic relief race too. By the
okay.
way, they're psychopaths. They love shooting. Their guns fire faster if you paint them red.
Are they fun guys?
No, they're they're like the only race in this entire world that's having a good time. They're just like, yeah, boom, 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 boom. In Warhammer, in Dawn of War, when you construct buildings, you have a guy constructing buildings, and often something from orbital bombardment or something comes down and drops to pieces. With orcs, this thing of scrap metal just comes crashing down and just build it off of that.
But when I'm thinking of gothic, I'm thinking of glamorous sweeping, and then you've got spore rats.
Okay, well that's just one side. You also got the Imperium of Man, which has kind of glamorous and stuff. They have the Sisters of Battle, which are space nuns.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. They have guns. Because, rather than, being about God, it's about the Emperor, who's this, God Emperor, I guess, who's this guy who's 10,000 years old, and he's, on life support. He's, people are sacrificed to the machine that's keeping him alive.
Whoa.
By the thousands.
What?
Every day.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder they have to be spores. I mean, they got to be quickly.
Well, that's the orcs. This is all the humans. So
oh,
this is humanity.
Oh, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good universe. No one's having a good time. Also,
let that guy go.
It's called Warhammer 40k because it takes place in the year 40k.
Oh, okay.
Not 4,000.
40,000.
Dang.
So,
38,000 years in the future.
we've somehow managed to make orcs that are made out of spores who have guns.
Oh, those are just aliens.
Oh, okay.
They're an alien race, and then there's like other alien races.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah. Anyways, there's also Necrons. They're ancient zombie robots with green zappy lasers.
I know you're about the lasers.
I do like the lasers. These like green zappy, like they fire like lightning, but it's green lightning.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like things that are green and it shouldn't be like effects. Like green fire is cool. Mm-hmm. You ever seen like it makes it think like witchy?
Yeah, it does. Or like the Matrix.
Yeah. I guess that's true, yeah. But then you have the Imperial Guard, which are just a bunch of normal guys with guns. They get killed so quickly, but they stand with the rest through sheer numbers. Because like the main people with the Imperium is what it's called, is the Space Marines. They're 7-foot behemoths of men, like genetically altered to be the ultimate super soldiers. Their primary firearm is a single-handed rocket-powered grenade launcher.
Okay.
That's their primary firearm.
Wow. I mean, compensating for something?
Yeah, well, and like they have like a third lung, a second heart, like all this other stuff. Like they can breathe underwater. Their rib cage is a solid chunk of bone.
Oh man.
like they never get sick. They only require like 2 hours of sleep. And if they weren't in battle, they'd live forever.
I mean, that last part sounds pretty superb.
Living forever?
Well, like 2 hours of sleep and you're good. Part. Like,
yeah.
Think about how much you could get done.
I think about that a lot. Like how, like, oh, if we live, like we're supposed to spend 8 hours a night of sleep. Now let's see if actually we do that. But that's like a third of the day, right? So if you multiply that by your life, if you live 100 years, that's 33 years where you're just sleeping.
Yeah.
It's 33 years you can never get back.
I don't know. I find sleeping very pleasant. I actually wish I could sleep more.
I wish time would just stop when you sleep.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, you go to bed at 11:59 p.m. You go to sleep for 8 hours and you wake up at 12:01 a.m.
Yeah, it's like you pause a video game.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Get on that, scientist. Anyways, what I like to rip off from this, though, I like how yours is just such a nice, pleasant, like, dragon thing, where it's like, oh, commission art for a friend, and then mine's just like,
yeah.
And that's the thing, like, if you know me, this is not usually the kind of stuff I like this kind of super dark, like, bloody, gory stuff. But this is just what I like about this. It's like how it's so ridiculous, and yet it's so earnest. Like, it is incredibly self-aware of how obnoxious it is. Like, if you see something that's, like, grim dark, normally it's just, like, eye-rolly. Mm-hmm. But this does a really good job of, like, it's not like it's, like, they're winking at the camera or anything. Like, within the context of the universe, they're treating it dead seriously. Mm-hmm. But, like, out of universe, they do a good job of, like, saying, like, oh, yeah, this is kind of, like, tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, they're kind of, like, winking at you a little bit. Yeah, I like that, too.
Yeah, like, you can get away with that kind of ridiculousness if you treat it both super seriously in universe, yet so goofy, like, out of universe. It's kind of why I like the Aquaman movie so much, you know, like, that movie was pretty good. It's like doing this ridiculous stuff, but treating it so earnestly, but still kind of like winking. It's not like the Marvel thing where it's like, oh, you have Ant-Man, and the way they treat that was like everyone in universe makes fun of him for his powers. It's like, 'cause like, oh, we get how ridiculous this is, but no, like Aquaman, they know how ridiculous it is, but they treat it so earnestly.
I mean, he's like, Jason Momoa is just like badass guy.
He is. I remember showing that to a friend, and she was disappointed that there wasn't a scene of him rising out of the water shirtless.
They really missed a chance on
There is a
that
scene
one.
of him rising out of the water, but he has his armor on.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. And he is shirtless at the beginning when he fights on the submarine.
I'm like, if we're going to do the sexualization, it needs to be equal opportunity.
I mean, yeah, because like there is Mara, you know, who's got that very low-cut armor, so...
So shirtless Jason Momoa it is.
I mean, he is shirtless in the beginning, but he doesn't, like, rise out of the water.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shirtless, anyways. Anyway. All right, well, time for the Witties.
Here we go.
All right, so for those who don't know, the Witties is our annual show where we just talk about the things that we've watched or read or played. Consumed, the content we've consumed this year, and we rank it arbitrarily. Often we haven't seen a lot of this stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
because
recommendation
that's
for us.
why Matt David doesn't like it, but I just think it's funny. And also, it's not taken super seriously at all. And, oh yeah, we can also include stuff that didn't come out this year, because why the hell not? I mean, we'll get to that later, but
I mean, we're doing it. We get to do whatever we want.
It's our show. It's our rules. And the only rules are there are no rules.
Unless we choose to make rules.
Unless we choose to make rules, then you bet your ass there are rules.
And the rule is we're silly.
Yes. That's the rule. That's the rule I live by. All right. So, and in the context of the show, we're talking about like ripping off and other stuff because everything's a rip off of something else instead of it just being like best work or best costume design. Because if we talk about that for sure,
we could.
Yeah, we could. We talk about like works others need to rip off more. That's our first category, aka most overlooked work of the year. So like we have it themed with like. How are we going to rip this off? If we do costume design, like costumes we'd like to rip off. No.
That's one way to say it.
Yeah. Costumes we don't want to rip off because the fabric is so pristine and so elegant.
That's probably the way I would feel. Because
Yeah.
if that were the case, I think I really liked, oh shoot, what was the name of that one about Gucci with the...
Oh, House of Gucci.
Yeah, that was that. I like a lot of the...
I don't know. Like I see something about the fashion industry and like seeing those snooty people in the snooty fashion industry. I would like to just rip it.
There you go.
Show them who's boss.
Yeah, make them live out their shame.
Yeah, it's like look at this extravagant fashion that based on the trailers from the movie that I haven't seen, but they kill each other for, or like they treat it super seriously. I'm just gonna rip it.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Huh?
Overpriced.
Yeah.
Fabric.
Yeah, and I might
Because
pee on it.
somebody's name is on
afterward. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it looks great. Like
Which is funny because that's not even on the list.
Yeah, it's not.
But here we are.
But anyways, works others need to rip off more, aka most overlooked work of the year. Now, I say that Matt David isn't part of the show, but he kind of is because he's going to be the nominee. I'm going to add that in. That's his favorite part he loves doing.
What?
So I'm going to edit him being like, nominee, whenever in between each one. So
that'll be great.
Yeah, so take it away, David.
Nominee.
Ron's Gone Wrong. Have you heard of this one?
No.
It's an animated movie. It's on Disney Plus. It was like a Fox animated movie that they kind of gave a sort of theatrical release. It's apparently really good. It's about this guy who befriends this robot. And it's like in a world where everyone has this robot. It's like their phone. And it's such a cute little robot. It looks like a capsule, a pill capsule, but it's like kind of like a foot tall, and like it has like a cool like its entire. Mainly what I liked about the movie is the design of this robot. Like it's cute, but also it's like incredibly multifunctional.
Yeah.
Like it has like screens all throughout, so like its face can be on its screen. But then like some people have loaded like backgrounds on it, like sky, like sunny sky. Some people load like other stuff on it. It uses like it doesn't use hologram. It uses like lights it projects on sidewalks and other stuff. It's really cool. It's a really unique design for a robot, and you can see like people customize it. Like we see two robots, kind of like how Furbies, you could get them to talk to each other. Mm-hmm. They have two robots who kind of look at each other and they display like video on their thing. It's really cool. It's a really I need to show you how it looks in the trailer because it's like incredibly unique in its design of this robot, and it's this kind of sweet story about this person who like feels like he has to have one of these robots to be cool, and it doesn't really work too well. He's the titular Ron. He's gone wrong. He's got this robot that's kind of broken or whatever, but like he makes it work, and like it's really sweet. And I think it got overshadowed by a Netflix movie that came out this year called Mitchells versus the Machines. Have you heard about this one?
No.
Okay, it's another one by the creators of Lego Movie and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who are the world seems to love their works. Mm-hmm. I find them incredibly overrated, and like you ever seen them like Crowded with a Chance of Meatballs or anything?
No, because I didn't think it looked very good.
Yeah, like if you see that, like it's the same thing for all their stuff. It's like incredibly manic.
Oh. Like
incredibly cringefully manic.
Sometimes my life is manic enough. Like I don't need to add to it.
I liked the Lego Movie when it first came out, but like now I'm not really the biggest fan.
Well, they're kind of like I don't know. I feel like they're a bit obnoxious.
Yeah, like manic and obnoxious is the thing.
Yeah.
I like the Lego Batman movie. That one's not done by him though.
Yeah, it's more chill.
Yeah, it's more chill, but it's also like cleverer, I think. And
yeah.
It's funnier. And like it's yeah, like I like the Lego Batman movie much more than the Lego Movie.
No, I feel like I'm getting yelled at the whole time.
Yeah,
you know? And I'm like, ooh, this is messing with my vibe.
Yeah, and I'll get more into it when I talk about Mitchells vs. the Machine. The point is, like, everyone loved Mitchells vs. the Machine. Like, I just hear constant praise for it. Like, and I just don't get it. Like, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Like, if you see anything like that, like, it's a beautiful looking movie. It's got an amazing art design. Like, it looks like a comic book come to life. But I just can't get into their writing. I can't get into their plotting. But man, people are like, oh, greatest superhero movie ever, greatest animated movie of the decade. I'm like,
whoa,
calm down, guys. Anyways, this isn't about that. It's about Ron's Gone Wrong, and that's a pretty good movie. It's not a great movie. It's not like up with the Pixar movies or anything. But out of all the people versus robot movies, out of the 2 animated people versus robot movies, this one's my favorite.
Oh, that's good. That's saying something, though.
Anyways, all right. David, what about the next one?
Nominee.
All right, so I'm going to take something. I think I actually found it on Facebook, but my computer just fell asleep, so I can't access what I'm looking at. That's lovely.
Yes.
Okay.
Professionalism! Eat your heart out, David!
So I found it on Facebook, and then I started looking into him on YouTube because I love consuming YouTube.
YouTube's great.
Yeah.
It's my favorite streaming service.
It's actually the only one that I've actually considered paying for.
Oh yeah, YouTube Red?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
That's true, you do mooch off of
yes, I mooch off of somebody else's
we won't say
streaming
who.
services.
We won't say who anyways.
But,
it's all right. It's all right. This person lets them do it. So.
That is nice and
that
very
way
generous.
they can owe them favors later if
yeah,
need
they're
be.
very humble about it, as you can see.
Yeah, they're very humble.
So
who is this person? I don't know who it is.
I feel like maybe their name starts with the letter M. I'm getting a feeling.
Oh, Madison, my friend Madison.
Yeah, there you go. That's her.
Yeah, she's nice. She's lovely. Anyways.
Yep. So I first saw this guy, and I don't know, his videos just brought the biggest smile to my face because they're not only silly, which we love the silly.
Yes.
But
what's the name of this again? I don't know if you said.
I didn't. Oh, I haven't said yet.
Yeah.
So it's the Kiffness. He makes these remix songs.
Ooh.
And basically what he does is, I'm not sure if he takes stuff, I know he takes stuff that's viral and then makes music out of it. But I think he also takes people who he feel need to go viral.
Yeah.
And he makes a song or music from their video.
Ooh.
So the one that I really love, which I think Matt will link to below.
Yes, I will.
It's the Luga Luga Cat, if you're familiar with that. And I think should I just sing it? It's Luga 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 Luga.
Yeah, I think I remember that one.
And so he takes that cat and he basically makes this entire song around the cat. They're so catchy though.
Yeah, like the one that I snuck in at the end of the Writ Wit episode a while back. Well, not a while back, 2 episodes ago, I think. Or something.
Just like that. Well, you said it was the Christmas episode, right?
Yeah, what was it? Yeah, I forget which one it was. I mean, I forget the number for it. Go look for it, listeners. It's after the outro where we have the Writ Wit the barbershop thing.
I got so excited about that song that Donald had written.
Yeah.
I was like, I want a song
Ooh,
too.
stop breathing on me. Ooh, stop breathing on me.
It was wonderful. I think it could go viral.
And you brought up the point that it could go viral because, at first I was like, oh, but it needs the context. But then someone pointed out to me, oh, what about the coronavirus?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's 2022 after all.
It's still going. Ugh.
Gross. Yeah.
Get vaccinated,
Don't
people.
breathe on
Anyways. Get vaccinated, people, or you get murdered in your building. Speaking of which.
Nominee.
Only murders in the building. This is this Hulu original show. Have you heard of it?
Well, I only heard about it because you told me that your parents were watching it literally earlier this evening.
Yeah, okay. So it's got Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez are the 3 leads.
So Martin, Selena.
Yeah. But, Steve Martin and Martin Short have been friends for so long.
Really?
Yeah. They were in Father of the Bride together. They were in a bunch of other stuff together. I don't know. They've been friends for 30 years. They met on the set of, I think it was Three Amigos.
That's gonna be us.
Yeah.
Oh, in far less years than I would have hoped.
Yeah. Well, no, the way they did a stand-up special on Netflix a couple years back, the two of them, and the way they ribbed off each other is definitely how me and David feel sometimes. I think Steve Martin said to him, "Oh man, your comedy is so effortless. I feel like you'd be better at it if you put some effort into it."
Oh no! Yep.
At first, I think it's a compliment, but no.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Anyways, but so these 2 70 or 60 they're old. They're older people, 60 something.
Wrinkly people.
And then this young, attractive 20 something, Selena Gomez, and they all live in this building together. They talk about this murder that happened in their building in New York, and they make a podcast for it. What I really like about it though is that even though it's 2 older men and a younger woman, it is not creepy at all.
See, that's what I was gonna ask. I was where is this going?
They are all just friends. They never try to hit on her or anything like that. They just all connect trying to figure out the mystery of this murder in their building.
Well, I like it because I saw a Facebook meme and it was like chemistry can be more than just sexual. Like maybe
no, they all have great chemistry, but they're just people hanging out. Like
you could have good chemistry and you need to open a taco truck together or do a podcast.
And it's sad that we're celebrating the fact that these two older men are not perving on them when really it should just be what's expected.
Yeah, this is just normal.
Yeah, we're celebrating the fact that this hurtful, degrading thing isn't happening.
Yeah.
Kind
of makes you want to puke.
Yeah,
but
come
here
on,
we are.
people. But no, it was pretty good about that. It's a good show. It's like a dramedy sort of thing. It's got a lot of comedic stuff in it, but it's also got a lot of serious stuff in it. It's like they start this podcast about it, and then the last episode I watched, I haven't seen all of it yet. There's they got this note on their building. It's like stop doing the podcast, and it's like, oh god, someone's
Is it the murderer?
Yeah, the murderer's still in the building.
Ooh. Oh, what a good cliffhanger. How come you haven't watched any more of it?
Because I like to watch it with my parents. And
okay.
And I'm a successful 30-something who doesn't live with his parents anymore.
But we still spend time with the parents.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm at my parents' house every day, so I can't judge.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I don't live there.
Anyways. Finally, one more.
Nominee.
Any of the great books that surely came out this year.
We don't know what they are.
Yeah, so unknown.
But they
exist. And so overlooked. We don't know what they are.
What are they?
Books.
Rip them off today.
Rip them off. Don't rip the pages off though.
No. Well, I guess you can. If
you own it, if it's a library book though, no.
No, that's rude. We're all paying for that.
Yeah. The government's paying for that. That's our last bastion of government-owned property. It's like a business that no money is expected to be spent at all. It's the last thing of that in America. We hold it precious, guys.
Leave the library alone. They're such great places.
Oh, I'm sure certain people we gotta close down the library. And replace them with private, I mean, I don't hear anyone actually saying that.
We don't even have any physical bookstores anymore. Where are we supposed to just order it all on Amazon?
Barnes & Noble, the last one.
But where is one?
There's one down that way.
Is there?
Yeah, there's one by... This is going to mean nothing to the listeners. There's one by Park Meadows.
Oh, okay. They could look up Park Meadows, and now they know where we live.
I don't live right by Park Meadows. I live by another mall that I won't say.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, basically, there's a Barnes & Noble, just that direction.
Yes.
Anyways, all right, so what's the winner out of all these? I'm thinking maybe the last one.
The great books of this year.
So the winner is... Any of the great books that came out this year.
Yay!
What are they? I'm sure they're great.
Yeah.
Don't overlook them. Anyway.
Your favorite book this year.
Yeah. Yeah, your favorite book specifically this year, listeners.
Yours.
Yeah. I reread Harry Potter. Did that come out this year? J.K. Rowling's canceled anyways.
Yeah.
Sad.
Transphobia could die.
Separate the art from the artist if you can. Anyways, next category. Works others need to shut up and rip off already, aka the most over-hated work of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is mostly my stuff. I don't know if you have really anything here.
No, but I have stuff to say on a couple of them, though.
Okay, so first up, David.
Nominee.
Don't Look Up.
I at least watched that one.
Yeah, now, what were your thoughts on it?
I mean, I think the ending was quite dramatic, and I think it had a powerful effect. I mean, I probably felt like a lot of other people felt. I was extremely irritated by the way that both of the scientists are treated.
Yeah, well, and that's the point of the movie, though. It's this movie that's simultaneously incredibly funny and incredibly frustrating and depressing.
Yeah.
To be fair, a lot of people do like it. It's super watched on Netflix.
I mean, it was a good movie.
Yeah, but critics, for some reason, really didn't like it. But a lot of them completely missed the point. They were like, oh, but I don't like it that the asteroid hit. That makes the whole thing pointless. I'm like, yeah, you got it. The message of the movie wouldn't have worked if they managed to stop the asteroid.
Well, I thought it was
by the way, for Don't Look Up.
Oh, yeah.
So...
You didn't hear that. I thought it was a whole allegory for COVID too, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's written as it looked like it could be written as the way people react to COVID, but somehow it was written before COVID.
Was it really?
It was about climate change. Is what it's about.
Oh, okay.
And it just happened to predict COVID to a T.
Dang.
Which
is creepy because I watched a few documentaries about global pandemics before COVID happened.
Yeah.
And then I was supremely creeped out.
No, I remember hearing a little
bit
bit before the COVID happened that I was like, we're woefully unprepared for a pandemic and it could happen. And I was like, oh, it's not like it'll ever happen.
They're like, it's right around the corner.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, right. How naive I was in 2019, not realizing that the next year.
Yeah, living our best life, being happy.
I mean, I lost a lot of people in 2019.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really living my last life. But I was like, well, 2020 will be better, right?
Oh, shoot. I think my dog died in 2019, too.
Oh, yeah. God, so many pets and people. Matt David's father died that year.
It was no good.
For more on that, listeners, go check out episode 43 of the Writ Wit, The Proper Treatment of Grief. Ding! She plugged for such a silly, serious episode. So, anyways, Don't Look Up His Grave. The critics completely missed the point. They were like, oh, it's pointless. Like, they should have fixed it. And I'm like, yeah, they should have, but they didn't.
Yeah, like
it's called satire.
AKA smart people, quote, being dumb.
Yeah. Well, like, the whole point of that movie is, like, it's not like a ribbing on people so much, although it shows that people are easily manipulated. It's ribbing more on the government and the media.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, like, they had a plan to fix to solve the asteroid thing that would have worked.
Well, and then, like, rich people, like, only caring about themselves, hence, like, the
Elon
space
Musk
thing.
Type person
yeah,
that was like,
the space race.
If we let it hit, we could make so much money.
Think about how crazy that is. Like, what was it? I had to forget what decade, but it was like us and Russia, and we were having the space race.
Yeah.
It was whole countries having a space race.
Yeah, no, like, people think of, like, the moon landing, like, oh, what a great achievement of science. It was entirely political. It was entirely, we were trying to beat Russia.
Oh my god.
If we weren't trying to beat Russia, we probably would have never made it to the moon.
Well, we did it, but now billionaires are doing it, and it's like, you could use that money for so many better things. But anyway, I'll digress.
Anyways, they're too busy doing a dick measuring contest, including their rockets that look like literal dicks. Have you seen?
So I've heard. No.
Yeah, like, there's, like, footage of, I think, Elon Musk, and it is literally a dick.
I need to look it up.
It is, like, so obviously a dick.
I've heard it even has, like, balls and everything.
I don't know if it has balls, but it definitely has a top that kind of looks like a mushroom. Like,
oh my gosh.
Like, it's a clear, like, it had to have been on purpose. It had to have been Elon Musk being like, yeah, it's a dick, what are you going to do about it?
See, that's what I should start writing again, is when I was in college, Matt was, like, a huge help with me on this, with, like, doing Photoshop and creating images for the website, but I did my own version of the onion. I called it the radish.
Yes.
And like, that is a perfect prime opportunity to start writing again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The Onion, I mean, the problem is I just don't know how the Onion stays in business nowadays. Reality is so much crazier than anything we can come up with.
Yep.
Anyways.
You just make fun of the reality. That's what you do.
Anyways, yep. Don't Look Up is super depressing and super hilarious.
Yeah.
And it will be talked about for years.
I gotta say, like, their treatment of, oh shoot, what's her name?
Jennifer.
Thank you, yes.
Well, no, wait. Is that her name?
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence, yeah.
Their treatment of her as a hysterical woman hit me on, like, a very personal chord.
Oh god, that's so true.
So I was just like,
and
I was like ready to cut somebody.
And like Leonardo DiCaprio's like, oh, you're a hot one, right? So yeah, you could.
Yeah.
And Leonardo DiCaprio was like in real life is a huge advocate for climate change and other stuff like that. That's one of the reasons why.
Is that why he was in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So, but yeah, it wasn't meant to be so allegorical of COVID-19. So.
But they did it anyway.
So, which I'm sure they weren't happy about. They're like, oh wow, we predicted this sooner than we thought.
Yeah. Well.
Anyways, next up,
Nominee.
Eternals. It's this Marvel movie that came out this year. Have you seen it or seen anything about it?
No, but I heard that it was good from your recommendation.
Yeah, it was definitely different from other Marvel movies. It's much more like a thinker's piece. You know, it's slower paced. It's more deliberately paced. There's still Marvel humor in it, but it's like I don't know. It's more about like bigger concepts and other sort of stuff like that. And naturally, it's like the only Marvel movie that Angelina Jolie has decided to be in because she's so. Again, you know, like how I'm not really the biggest fan of Angelina Jolie. You like her all right?
I mean, I think she's like very beautiful. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like as far as her like talent and acting skill, I think she's overrated.
Yeah, like she always seems like very stuck up.
Yeah.
So of course this is the Marvel movie that she was going to be in. Like if I can be in any of these lowly Marvel movies, I'll be in one of these thinker pieces.
Like does it try to get a philosophical on you?
It does a little bit, but it also has some Marvel stuff too. And it's directed by Chloe Zhao, who did direct the Nomadland that came out last year that won Best Picture and she won Best Director.
Also not familiar. Very professional.
Yeah. See, this is what... Matt David, eat your heart out! Look at this. Anyways, so, of course, that was the movie that, like, she decided to be in, but it ended up having, by far, the worst critical scores of any Marvel movie. It's the only Marvel movie to be rotten on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
And, like, it's the one that has the lowest cinema score from audiences. Like, most of them are A or A minuses. This one's a B, which is... not good for a blockbuster.
Not good at all.
But some people really like it, and I thought it was fine. Like, it kind of tried to hit the same vibes as Dune.
Oh god.
But it actually succeeded.
Okay.
Like that's the thing. Like, we'll talk about Dune later, because Dune I think is a better looking movie.
Mm-hmm.
But this actually gave a crap about the characters, so I automatically liked it more.
Which is important.
Yeah. So. Anyways, all right. Next up,
Nominee.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's another one of those Disney Plus Marvel shows. But I'm not gonna get too much into it. Basically, it was one that people weren't really that into, like compared to the others, because they got too political. Because it was about like Falcon. He was offered to be Captain America. Mm-hmm. But later on, he was like, I probably shouldn't be Captain America. I don't think America is ready for a black Captain America.
Ooh, yeah.
And then so when he gives up the shield, and then he thinks that it's just going to be in the Smithsonian. But then it turns out the government gets a new Captain America, and it's this blonde white guy who's like an absolute, like, everyone hates him. Like, the audience is supposed to hate him, and he does all this terrible stuff. But he ends up... It's kind of ends up being more gray than you think. Like, he's trying his best. He has a legacy to live up to and other stuff. But then he ends up the pressure for it just gets too much for him, and so it ends up going to. I don't know. It gets pretty political. So people are like, "Oh, keep the politics." It's like everything's politics.
Yeah.
Like Marvel comics have always been politics. If you've read them, you know that they are always been about politics.
Well, and if you're upset about cultural representation, maybe you need more cultural representation in the world.
Quote of the year.
Seriously.
It's like they're just upset that I think some of these people don't like being reminded that there's other races, or that the white people have historically treated minorities badly, and they don't like to be acknowledged. Like, now that we're finally starting to acknowledge that. They don't like it. They don't like being called out, I guess.
No, too bad.
Yeah, too bad. White guilt is a thing.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah.
But do what you can. But anyways. Alright, so.
Nominee.
All the day and date releases. So this year, movies experimented with putting things on Disney Plus or on HBO Max right away. And theater purists hated it. Because they're like, people want to go back to theaters. Like, that's the way movies are meant to be enjoyed. I'm like, I don't want to be crowded in a building where people are breathing on me for hours during a pandemic.
Thank you for bringing that back. So I was going to say, stop breathing on me.
Yes, exactly. That's the anthem for that. Stop breathing on me. I want to watch movies at home now.
Yes. I want to breathe on the people I'm most familiar with.
Yeah.
Not
like
strangers.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you and I are sitting here in this apartment of mine. We're both vaccinated, so...
And we regularly breathe on each other.
Yeah, like, we're unmasked. It's getting kind of hot in here, so I'm assuming we're kind of breathing a bit, like, heavier. Anyways, that kind of came out wrong. But anyways.
Whoops.
Okay.
Not like that.
Yeah. Jake, Christina's husband, you're great. Anyways.
Jake, we love you.
Yeah, Jake, we love you so much. Alright, so basically, like, some theater purists were upset that streaming was encroaching on their theater superiority.
I say,
yeah, come on, give people options. Also, it ends up working better for the studios anyways, because they get more money from it.
Really?
Yeah, because with theaters, they have to split the box office with theaters, because theaters have to make money too.
Right.
But on Disney Plus, all the money goes directly in their pockets.
Oh, man.
So
it's a mixed bag.
Yes, it's a mixed bag. However, I actually think streaming movies like that is a good thing, because it allows people to take more creative risks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you have a $200 million budget, you better make a really safe movie to justify that cost. But on streaming, you don't have to.
Sure.
Because the threshold of success is lower.
Right.
Anyways, that's what I like about it.
Well, that's good.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Alright. Finally, one more.
Nominee.
Eurovision. This is one that I think we both had, I think, or was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we both at least seen.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't my favorite movie of the year, but...
So, it was my favorite movie, and I have memory issues, so forgive me, that What's-His-Face has made.
Will Ferrell?
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Between the two goldfish people, we can put some words together. But yeah, I typically do not like his movies, and I loved Eurovision.
Yeah, I like his movies. Like, I think he's funny, but I totally understand why people don't.
Yeah, he's cringe.
Like,
to me.
Like, I find him super funny, but again, I totally get it. And it also depends on the movie.
Yeah.
Step Brothers, I cannot stand.
Thank you.
Like, Land of the Lost, even though that one has dinosaurs in it, I cannot stand.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah. Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, I cannot stand. Honestly, any collaboration with him and John C. Reilly, I can't stand.
Yeah, me neither.
But I like him in Zoolander. I like him in Elf.
True.
I like him in what else do I like him in? Wedding Crashers. He's only a bit role in it. And
I gotta give a a shout out to him and Elf.
Yeah.
I think I already told you the story, but I think it's like just hilarious.
Yeah.
So I am adopted, for the people that
Yes.
don't know.
Yes.
And I got Buddy the Elf wrapping paper
Oh,
on
nice.
my present.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I think
And,
you told me this. Yeah.
The quote that was next to
yeah.
Elf on the wrapping paper was, "Hope you find your dad." Although you're better at doing it than me.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
And like
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
my brother like pointed out, because it was like my future sister-in-law who had wrapped it. He was like, "She's adopted. Like, you don't say hope you find your dad to an adopted person." And I just thought it was hilarious.
That is funny. It's like innocently insensitive.
I was like, do not make her feel bad.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yes,
I do like that.
I like him on my wrapping paper.
I do. And like, Mr. Narwhal's. All right, so which of these do you think would win? I guess probably the first one, honestly.
Yeah.
Because again, that's both of us, I think.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the winner is. I'm trying to do a drum roll in this awkward sort of thing. Yes, slam your chest above your.
I think it sounds like slapping.
Yes, slapping like a walrus. Anyways, the winner is Don't Look Up.
Yay!
Yay! We have looked up and we saw that as the winner.
Yep.
All right. Anyways, another one. Our favorite creators, aka creators, others need to rip off.
Yes.
So I've got two and you've got one. I guess I'll let you do yours first, just to mix it up a little. All right.
Okay.
So David.
Nominee.
Yeah, so I became utterly obsessed and like binged all of this podcast like as quickly as I could.
Yeah.
Mainly because I can listen to podcasts when I was working.
Yeah.
So
Podcasts are great. You should go listen to a podcast right now.
Yeah.
You are listening to a podcast right now, listeners, by the way, in case
Good
you
for
didn't know.
you.
Good job.
Yeah.
Keep it up. Support your local podcasters.
And I guess I feel awkward that I brought up a podcast on your podcast.
I mean, that's
but
okay.
here
No,
we
I mean,
are.
hey, the more the merrier. We
So-
podcasts build each other up. There's only so many podcasts out there.
That's true.
Yeah, no, there's billions of
More being
podcasts.
created every day.
There's
I heard
probably
that for one today.
There's probably more podcasts out there than people.
No.
There's probably at least 7 billion podcasts.
Oh my.
I don't know, maybe not.
Well, here's a good one to listen to, people.
Okay, yes, hold on.
It's called You're Wrong About. It is a podcast by Michael Hobbs and Sarah Marshall. And if you like Michael Hobbs, you should also listen to Maintenance Phase. I'm not sure who the co-host is on that one, but she is fabulous.
Okay.
So, You're Wrong About is literally a podcast telling you what you're wrong about.
Sounds kind of like Adam Ruins Everything.
It kind of is, and I do love Adam Ruins Everything, too.
Yeah.
But they cover, like, different topics. Trying to think what some of my favorite have been.
You're wrong about dinosaurs.
Yeah, I mean, they just basically tell me... Oh, I think the Dare one was one of my favorites. Like,
don't... what's the stand for again?
I don't even know what it's...
But,
Shall
yeah.
we Google?
Google. Well, I'm also going to
Dare
Google how many
stands for.
podcasts there are. Hold on.
Whatever DARE stands for.
Yeah, I know it.
Anti-drug campaign.
Yeah.
And basically, like... I just love listening to them because I love learning how people are wrong, because I guess the like snotty part of me really wants to just correct people.
Yeah.
And so
I mean, that's okay. People love to be corrected.
yeah, it's a really fantastic hobby. You should take it up.
Yeah, and then people it's such a wonderful feeling saying something so confidently and someone being like, "Oh, actually," and you're like, "Oh, well, thank you."
Yeah, I really appreciate that information.
Hey, where does a mansplainer get their water? From a well, actually.
Oh God, it's so true. But basically, like, I love Michael Hobbs because he is this like sassy gay man who is
yes.
incredible, and I feel like I would almost be Sarah Marshall, because for a long time in my life, I was the fag hag to a fabulous gay man.
Oh my god, fag.
That is a term.
Yeah, and like it's okay for her to say that because her friend.
But I'm not a hag, and so it doesn't really work.
Well, the fag part is kind of a slur. So.
Well,
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
He was okay with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. He was okay with it. Also, by the way, Sarah Marshall, it's without an H at the end, so there's not, like, forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yes, and Michael Hobbs writes for Huffington Post, and Sarah Marshall is writing a book about, what is it called? The Manic Panic or something? I can't remember. Just look it up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good stuff.
But the Dare podcast basically told me all of the ways in which Dare failed, and it actually turned out to create more people, or enable more people to do drugs than ever discourage people from doing drugs.
Now, is that on purpose, or is it through their incompetence?
Oh, no, they totally weren't doing it on purpose. And
that's good at least. Yeah. It's not a scam, then.
Well, I guess it kind of was.
But inadvertently so.
Yeah,
they were trying, I guess.
It depends on how much faith you have in the government, I guess.
Well, then none.
Yeah, so they were totally doing it on purpose then.
Okay, well then that sucks.
Yeah. Anyway, so I saw a Dare guy outside of a public location recently, and I just gave him a dirty look.
I saw a Dare person recently, and she convinced me to give him $5 because I felt bad, and I didn't know about it at the time.
Well, you can listen to this podcast and find out why it's bad.
Yes, so I apologize. Hopefully that $5 doesn't ruin someone's life.
You just made somebody become a meth addict.
No!
Anyway, yes, you're wrong about it. It's great. Check it out.
Okay, good to know. Sorry, meth addict person. I didn't know.
Meth, heroin, same thing.
Yeah, heroin. I mean, speaking of heroin.
Oh, God.
As in a heroine, as in a female hero.
Oh, okay.
Nominee.
Aquafina. She was in 2 major releases this year: Raya and the Last Dragon, and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. We need to watch that at some point.
She was so cute in Raya.
Yeah. She's got a really fun sense of comedy. Apparently some people find it controversial in that she's kind of she's an Asian American lady whose whole shtick is that she kind of talks like a black person.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But some people don't like that, but
I'm not really sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, but I don't know if she does that on purpose or if that's just it's because some people find that appropriation. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes I try my best to understand what I make sure I'm doing right, but appropriation has always been so weird to me. Some people even get on to white people for wearing dreadlocks.
Yeah.
And I'm just but then how come we can have food from other cultures? I don't know. I know it's something I'm missing.
Maybe
I'm not trying.
Something going into your body is different than something going onto your body.
Yeah,
I don't know.
White rappers I know are sometimes considered.
I like Eminem.
Yeah. Or I don't know, we wouldn't have fusion food if it wasn't for. Again, it's something I'm missing. I am 100% aware of this. I'm not trying to be actually, it's not appropriation.
Yeah, apparently, chicken tikka masala, which is one of my favorite things to eat, was not really an Indian dish. It was a dish that the English created from the Indian spices and stuff. Right.
Exactly. Well, rice in a burrito. Tortillas and rice, from two totally different parts of the world.
Oh, yeah.
You ever go to Chipotle, or Chipotle, however you pronounce it.
You got a mix there.
Yeah, and you got, you want to put rice in your burrito. You have fusion to thank for that.
Well, something that I've heard that kind of helps it clarify for me is that if you are educated about something, it's a little bit less likely for you to be considered appropriating something.
Okay, that's true. If you know what you're doing, yeah.
But, if you know what you're doing and you're still, about it.
I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying that if you don't know about it, it's less
what if you know about it and you're still trying to, be a jerk?
Oh, I thought you were saying, if you're knowledgeable about what you're educated about what you're talking about, then...
Well, that's a theory. That's something that I heard.
Okay.
But... I don't know. Maybe somebody could clue us in a little.
I don't know. Anyways, Aquafina's great. I like her in both these movies. It's weird to see her in Shang-Chi and she has her normal black hair or brown black hair. But I'm used to seeing her with crazy blue hair and especially in Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah, I loved her in that movie. She
was
so cute. I was I want her to be my best friend.
She was good.
Yeah.
And she has blue hair in Raya, but that was a cartoon.
Yeah.
So that doesn't count. we'll get to that hair, by the way, later on.
We will.
Yes, for another episode. Speaking of Raya and the Last Dragon, though, the final nominee, David.
Nominee.
Walt Disney Animation Studios. They came up with 2 good movies this year, Raya and the Last Dragon and Encanto.
Which I haven't seen.
I've
seen the first, but not the second.
Encanto's great. When you do watch it, just know we won't talk about Bruno stuck in your head till the end of time.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Bruno. That's right, I played it for you, didn't I?
Yeah, but I already forgot it.
Oh no! Maybe it's different if you see the movie. Okay. Because it comes with good visuals.
I hear good things.
Yeah, it's good. Anyways, also I'm going to throw out, I didn't have this on my list here, but I'm going to throw out Marvel because they wrote at least like 1 billion things this year. And they were all pretty good.
Yeah.
But let's see, the winner, I'm thinking maybe the middle one, or what do you think? Like, because we both have something to say about that one, or maybe yours. I mean, the problem with, I like yours, but I don't know enough about it. So.
Oh, that's okay.
Well, which one do you think?
I'm so wishy-washy. You just pick.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I'm going to say, because I have supreme power here, I guess.
Yes.
The winner, hit your chest, it is Aquafina.
All right.
All right. Good job, Aquafina. You're named after the Pepsi water, isn't that it? Because Coke is
Dasani.
Dawson.
Dawson. I don't know how you
Dasani,
pronounce
yeah,
it.
and I think Pepsi is Aquafina.
We were talking earlier about how people from Colorado can't pronounce certain words, so maybe that's one of them.
Plenty of mountains. There's no T in those words, but we don't say them. It's a mountain.
No.
I am king under the mountain. Like
mountain.
Yeah. Plenty of mountains out there. Let's go step in the fountain.
Did you say a T on that one?
No, fountain.
Ugh, we just don't say T's.
No.
All right, well.
Yeah.
Speaking of T's.
Anyways, wait, okay, sure. Works everyone should rip off the most, aka our favorite work of the year. This is our best picture.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go through a bunch of these super quickly. 1
Nominee.
Arcane. It's this League of Legends themed Netflix show that you do not have to play League of Legends to get and enjoy. It's super cool, super stylized, and it's made a lot of people get into League of Legends, which may God have mercy on your souls when you play that game.
Yeah.
Because can get pretty toxic. Anyways.
Nominee.
Encanto, we talked about that. We don't talk about Bruno, but we do talk about Encanto.
Nominee.
Hawkeye. This one specifically out of the Marvel stuff. I have another one coming up later because it's just a nice, fun Christmas themed one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You should, if you watch any of them, you should watch this one. Did you watch any of them? Did you watch WandaVision at all? Or
no, not yet.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of WandaVision,
Nominee.
WandaVision. Everything's been said about that. Nothing needs to be said. It's very unique for a Marvel thing. It kept me hooked as it came out every week. Like I'd stay up late and to when one premiered and watched it late. But since there was kind of like a surreal horror thing to it, sometimes I regretted that.
Yep.
Anyways.
Nominee.
Squid Games. You've seen this one, right?
Yeah.
I have not seen this one. I have avoided it. It looks disturbing.
I mean, basically, my friend kept like referencing it until like I finally watched it. And
yeah.
I think it's one of the best TV shows I've ever seen.
Oh, I've heard nothing but good things.
But like, I feel like I wouldn't recommend it to a lot of my friends or people I know.
Now it's a Korean show, right?
Yeah.
Is it in English?
I don't think so. I don't remember though.
Is it subbed then?
I think it's subtitled.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, that's nice.
It's in English.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hear that executives are like, no, all Americans don't want to see things that aren't in English.
Oh no, like Parasite. That was another one that I loved.
Yeah, that's another South Korean one. Yeah, great stuff.
I mean, I think people should watch Squid Games, but I think you should kind of know what you're getting into. Like, we literally just started watching it and we're like, holy moly.
It's like Hunger Games, but bloodier. Way bloodier.
It's very graphic, so be warned. It's not for children, okay?
Oh, I wanted to have little Susie watch it with me.
I mean, I guess you can if you're an irresponsible parent.
She loves that kind of stuff. She's a really messed up child.
Yeah.
I think she's going to grow up to be a pyromaniac. She has a teddy bear that she likes to set on fire and watch it melt. Susie's not a real person, by the way.
No, there are no children in this situation. Just furry and feathered children.
Yeah.
So anyway, I liked it. I thought it was great. It was very much a surprise getting into it, what it was, but I was highly entertained.
Yes, I need to get on it. But instead, I was watching dumb stuff like
Nominee.
Godzilla vs. Kong. This was Like, Squid Games, had like a point, like it was like a meaning about, it's like a message about society.
Oh, I thought it was just all people dying.
I think it was like some sort of satirical sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong is none of that. What you see is what you get, and I love it.
Monsters fighting.
Yeah, oh, it's so good. But yeah, it just did everything right that it should have, I think. It was exactly what it should have been. Especially, like, it was the first big movie to come out this year after, like, we had a year of just pandemic crap. And we were like, we need some escapism. How about monkey versus lizard? Like,
but speaking of wishing that you could watch would be what you get. I don't know how to phrase that.
what you see is what you get.
Yes.
All right.
I would like to watch The Witcher, and I'd also like to get The Witcher.
Oh, yeah.
Nominee.
The Witcher. Yeah. Henry Cavill, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what a hunk.
Yeah. And then everybody just kept telling me I look like Yennefer, which if you find me on Facebook, I kind of do look like Yennefer.
Yeah.
So...
I think this is kind of fun that this got so big because it's originally based off of, like, these, I think, Dutch books.
Yeah.
Like, that were not very popular, like, outside of their home country for the longest time until a video game company called CD Projekt Red made some video games about them. And they just got kind of big. But the biggest one was The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. It was, like, one of the biggest games ever of it when it came out. It was, like, praised the world over. It won so many Game of the Year awards for 2015. And, like, it was super inspired by these books. Like, it had, like, Geralt had, like, the white hair and all this. It was basically, it was the world of books. And so when the show came out, people were like, oh, is this a video game adaptation? And to be fair, it probably wouldn't have been made without the video game because the video game made it super popular. But strictly speaking, it is not a video game adaptation. It is based off of the books.
I don't think I've ever been so happy to see, like, a, quote, video game adaptation.
Yeah, well, it's because there's so few video games that are based off of books.
True.
The ones that usually are based off of movies that are based off of books. So like those Harry Potter video games, they don't really count.
Yeah, it's like a different order.
Yeah, like Lord of the Rings video games, they don't count. Except for Lord of the Rings War of the Ring. That's an RTS game that came out before the movies.
But can we just say, like, Henry Cavill, like the goth Henry Cavill.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm into him way better than like the Superman, preppy.
Yeah, well, to be
version.
fair, his Superman's pretty dark and brooding though, but
yeah.
But yeah, no, like him being goth and all this stuff. And does he have his natural British accent in the show?
Maybe a little bit.
Is it kind of still American-ish? Or?
Yeah, I think it is.
Ah, well, he's British, so.
Yeah. Well, they kind of. I feel like a lot of fantasy, type things, they use a mild British accent to signal.
They don't
that
really
it's,
use
like, in a different world.
Yeah, I guess it has to. If it is British, like it's either like mild or posh. There's no Cockney British out there.
No.
In Lord yeah.
No offense.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, you love you.
I know you're saying words and letters, but
I don't know what they say. Something about I was about to say shrimp on the Barbie, but that's not. Australians actually don't say that, by the way.
Do they not?
No, that's just an American thing
Wow.
that we say about Australians.
Interesting. Well, I shouldn't be saying anything about English accents because I'm actually kind of an Anglophile, so I'm sorry. Forgive me. Take me back.
Okay, yeah, okay. Posh, great, Cockney, nah. Dick Van Dyke, greatest accent of them all.
So wait.
Super accurate. No, it wasn't.
How about the dinosaurs?
Oh, how about them dinosaurs? All right, we got 2.
Nominee.
Jurassic World Dominion Prologue. It was released before Fast and Furious 9, which is not on this list. F9, I guess, on IMAX. Mm-hmm. And I was so excited for this that I called my friend, who has been on Paleobites numerous times, Lawrence, and I said to him, hey, do you want to spend $15 to see this 5-minute preview? It comes with a free movie. And he was like, yeah. So we watched the prologue for Jurassic World Dominion, and then we watched the movie that came afterwards, which was but
yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Fast and Furious movies are kind of like worn out at this point.
They did go to space in this one. They had a car in space, like literally in space. A rocket on the car.
Are we not just going back around to the billionaire thing again, though?
Yeah. I don't know, I thought it was fine, but the prologue, man, good stuff. And the reason why I count this, rather than just like, because this originally was meant to be like the first 5 minutes of the movie coming out, but apparently there's talks that this might be cut, which I am not happy about.
Oh.
So this could be exclusive to the prologue this year. I hope not, because it was cool. Back in dinosaur times in the Jurassic Park franchise, sold.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
It's not just, dinosaurs in the modern day. This is how they were back in their prime. We got a feathered T-Rex, which, again, speaking of hair, that'll come up later, too.
Yep.
Anyways.
Nominee.
Jurassic World Evolution 2, the video game. I love it. Next.
Are you just trying to give me more time to talk
Well, and also we've been
things?
talking for an hour already.
Oh my god, okay, so we need to wrap it up.
Nominee.
So my last favorite thing, a work that everybody should rip off, is Bailey Sarian. She is a YouTube creator. Mm-hmm. She has a channel where she does Murder, Mystery, and Makeup Monday.
Mystery, and Makeup Month. What an interesting combination.
Yes, she says, if you like makeup, and sometimes she accidentally says, and you like true crime, but she really says, if you like makeup and you're interested in true crime, there is a distinction there. You know? Then you should subscribe to her channel. And basically, everyone wants to be Bailey Sarian's friend. She's a makeup artist. I
don't know who she is, and I want to be her friend.
She's pretty cool. But she's funny, and she tells true crime stories in a way that, they haven't quite been told before. Her commentary is very delightful.
Right.
And her makeup looks are enviable, but she's also a makeup artist. Nice. So, but she's just all around really cute. I would say wholesome, but she sometimes puts disclaimers.
What kind of disclaimers?
Warning. That actually really sounded like her. It creeped me out.
Yeah, warning. The following footage you're going to see might disturb some viewer.
Warning, this video contains graphic depictions of crime scenes and contains foul language. That actually really sounds like her. It's creepy.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's cool. You should listen to her or watch her.
I'll watch her. It's a YouTube thing,
It is YouTube, yep.
Okay, cool.
I just listen to her because I like listening to her to go to sleep.
Now, question. Now, she doesn't just talk about makeup, right? She talks about the murder mystery. Because Look, I'm not one of those guys who puts on makeup. I know, everybody might not believe it. This is my natural face.
Oh, it's lovely.
Oh, thank you. I didn't do a thing with it.
Just woke up looking like this.
Yeah. Oh, I did shower, but.
But yes, so she does her makeup and she talks about true crime stories. She does have other channels where she does get ready with me videos. So she'll put on her makeup and tell you walk you through what she's doing. And she'll talk about her personal life. But my favorite is the murder.
What people love, particularly women, seem to love true crime. It is so popular, and I wonder why. It's just disturbing. But I guess maybe because women have to deal with a lot of crap. They want to be prepared.
Well, yeah, we need to know what to look out for, right?
Yeah, because as a 6 foot tall man, I was naive for the longest time about what the average woman has to deal with.
Oh yeah, for sure. I put my keys between my fingers if I'm walking in an unfamiliar parking lot.
Yeah.
In case I could stab somebody with it.
Oh my god. And I just never even think about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm privileged enough to not have to, and it sucks for women. They have to deal with. Oh well, thank you. I do what I can. But yeah, you don't walk alone at night.
Yeah. I think to answer your question, something that's always been satisfying for me is watching the mystery unfold.
I guess it's true.
You at least for me, I kind of figure out who it is or what happened before they tell you.
I guess it's true. If it's a mystery, that's a little bit different than just
I feel really smart.
Yeah.
I'm ooh, it was him.
Yes.
It was that guy.
You might like that murders and only murders in the building thing.
Have to check it out.
Yeah, because apparently I already know who the murderer is because I like spoilers because I'm a weirdo.
Yeah, me too though.
Okay, so
wait, don't tell the people.
I'm not gonna say, but I'm basically gonna say no. I'm not gonna say. Anyways, it seems like it'll be a good twist who the murderer is. All right. Well, I'm not sure how to pick a winner here because I don't think there's any overlap between our choices and your choices. I don't think there's anything that we both see. There's actually one thing I think we've both seen. And it's only because I showed it to you, and that's the Jurassic World Dominion prologue.
Oh, that's true. Well, we can go with that.
But I don't know. That's not really
Well, you can pick one, and I can pick one.
I guess that's true. Okay, that's actually probably my favorite. Actually, mine's probably Jurassic World Evolution 2. Okay, so my winner is.
Oh.
Jurassic World Evolution 2! Yay, they did it again. I spent 3,000 hours on the first game. I'm already almost up to 1,000 on this one.
Oh my gosh.
It's only been a couple months. I love this game.
He really does. I'll catch him playing it.
Yeah.
When we're hanging
I might
out.
have it. No, actually, no, I don't think it's alt-tabbed and paused right now, but it might be over there on my computer. It's just cranking up hours over there.
Yep.
That's kind of cheating. It's not really hours of
That's
constant...
not real gameplay.
Yeah. I know, I'm not... All this gatekeeping, man. Anyways, your winner, is...
Oh, I actually really like Squid Games.
Okay, so the winner is, for you...
Squid Games.
Squid
Woo.
Games, yeah. All right.
Both were very murdery, though.
You know, I was actually almost thinking about picking Squid Games for mine, too, even though just I haven't seen it. Just because, I don't know, I mean, it's the one that's the most culturally impactful out of any of these, I think.
It is, yeah.
So I guess the overall winner is... Sorry, I'm making you pat your chest so much. Hopefully you don't need a burp after this. Squid Games.
Squid Games.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Woohoo. Enjoy your witty Squid Games. I'm sure you'll like it with all the other awards you're probably going to win. All right, well, that's it for this week. A huge thank you to all our patrons so far at patreon.com/Matthew Donald. You're a patron, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. I like your money. Anyways.
And reminder, put it on the automatic payment, and then it just comes from your credit card or your account every month.
Yeah, it's just like oh look, there's money directly into my friends' pockets.
Yeah.
I mean, not directly into the pocket,
Support
my digital
your friends
fund. Yeah.
and don't ask for a discount.
Support your local artists.
Yes.
Yes. You can contact us at mattd@methodoncareer.com for general questions to either co-host.
That's never happened. I've called for this to happen, and nobody ever wants to talk to me.
Oh yeah, for you specifically.
Yeah.
Some people have talked to us though. We read the fan mail sometimes.
That's because I'm humble. That's why I'm upset about nobody reaching out to me.
Next time, listeners, give Christina some fan mail.
Yay.
Yeah, she's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Don't be shy, but don't be a creep either. Anyway, so.
Attention's attention. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. That's.
I think I killed Matt.
That was. That came out of nowhere. I was just like, whoa. Anyways. All right. So, if you don't follow me personally, you can follow me at Matthew Donald Creator on Facebook, at MatthewDonald64 on Twitter, and MatthewDonald64 on Instagram. Why 64? Because that's how many shows are on my list of my streaming services that I need to watch. I'm way behind.
I was thinking 64 because it's 5 less than another number.
Yeah, everyone thinks that,
Yeah.
but they're wrong.
Oh, man.
Because that's too obvious. Although I have probably made that joke before in one of these episodes.
I bet you have.
Do you know there are 27 seasons of Captain Writ I need to binge? It's crazy.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. Alright, it's like that. This is the end of the Writ where us 2 twits, except minus 1 twit, another twit.
A substitute twit.
Have twitted ourselves out about writting. I'm Matt Donald.
I'm Christina.
Yep. Christina watch because there's another Christina.
Christina Eilert.
Yes, of course. And we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.